So today's topic is our critical illness product portfolio. We have a cornucopia, as you can see, of companies available to you. What's important with these is that they all are good. They all have their niches, but it's more important is what critical illness insurance does for someone versus what it is. Because basically we view it as being gap insurance. It's a way to relieve some of the stress that goes along with suffering a diagnosis of a critical illness such as a cancer, heart attack, or stroke. There are a lot of hidden costs that we're all aware of that go along with getting a major diagnosis of cancer, heart attack, or stroke as an example. If you were diagnosed with a certain type of cancer where the best treatment that you could be found is at MD Anderson down in Texas, sure, your health insurance may cover the acute part of that as far as the treatment at MD Anderson, but what it doesn't cover are all the hidden costs. You have travel, you have lodging, you have meals, maybe even other family members want to go with while you're seeking treatment yourself. So this is just a way of helping to lighten the load financially that could help lighten the load stressfully on yourself and your family. As far as income replacement, whether it be mortgage payments, daycare payments, travel expenses, and such. So it's more of what this type of coverage does than what it is. But for today, I'm going to walk through these carriers that you currently see on your screen and give you the kind of a 10,000-foot view of how their policies work, the age bands are offered, and how long the coverage will last. And I'm doing these in no particular order of favoritism. I have my own logic, which I may not share, but it's basically from least complex to most complex, I guess, overall. And we'll be going through each of these carriers, and I'll highlight on some additional ones as well. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. Medico is a carrier that we've had a relationship with for, boy, I think it's going on over 30 years. Prior to being called Medico, they were called Mutual Protective. They've been in the business offering a number of different policies or products for a long time. From critical illness to Medicare supplement to long-term care, they have a short-term recovery plan as well, and final expense. But their cancer offering is what they call a first diagnosis cancer. Issue age is 18 to 79. It is a simplified issue product. Basically, it's an accept reject from the application with a brief phone interview with the applicant along with the pharmacy check. The rates are unisex for their product offering. The reason why it's simplified is that the maximum exposure they have is $25,000 with face amounts beginning at 10 and going up to $25,000 and $5,000 increments. Waiting period with critical illness insurance is different than a waiting period with long-term care insurance. It's not a deductible period. It basically is a period of time from when the day the policy is issued until you can initiate your first claim. And with Medico's product, it's guaranteed renewable for life. So it doesn't end at a certain age, whereas some other critical illness policies do end or curtail their offering at a certain age. Assurity Life, great business partner of ours, they have two offerings. They have a simplified product that you can buy a face amount of a minimum of $5,000 to a max of $50,000 in $1,000 increments. Issue age is 18 to 64. This product is guaranteed renewable to age 75. So at age 75, it ceases to exist. And there's also a built-in return of premium rider to the policy as well. They have no waiting period at all on their policy on the simplified issue, except for a reduced benefit for cancer if there's a cancer claim within the first 3 months of owning the policy. Again, it's a simple accept reject on the application questions, and they're fairly brief with an MIB report along with that. They also offer a fully underwritten product with face amounts from $50,000, or actually from $50,000 to $500,000, again in $1,000 increments. This product is guaranteed renewable for life, so it never goes away. And what you'll find is if you were to price out a $50,000 face amount on Simplified versus $50,000 on fully underwritten, the fully underwritten product will carry a lower premium because they do have a chance to dig more into your health history. So it is a fully underwritten, which would include a pyramid, even an EKG. It depends upon the age of the applicant and the face amount they're applying for. Again, with issue ages up to age 64. But again, this product is unique because it is guaranteed renewable for life as well. And feel rest assured that we're here to help consult you as to which one might be the better offering in your area. These products are approved in most states. Some are approved in some states versus some not being approved in other states. We maintain all that data here, so you can rely on us just by giving us a call, and we can point you the right direction depending upon which product you like to offer. All these products cover a number of named conditions. With the Assurity on the fully underwritten, it covers up to 21 conditions. On the Simplified, it covers up to 14 different conditions. And again, those will vary a little bit state by state. For example, Washington just approved the fully underwritten Assurity product, but it curtailed how many certain conditions to be covered under the policy itself. So it's not quite 21 in Washington. I think it's closer to 12 in Washington for both the Simplified issue and the fully underwritten. American General is a great partner of ours as well. Again, their issue ages are 18 to 64, and they have a similar program to it as Assurity, but their Simplified issue actually goes up to 100,000, with the fully underwritten kicking in at 101, up to 500,000. And again, with the anomaly that if you were to price out $100,000 Simplified versus looking at $101,000 fully underwritten, it would make sense if your client is healthy to go to the fully underwritten $101,000 as an example. No waiting periods with American General. Guarantee renewable to age 70 for all the named conditions except they have a special benefit unique to them called the loss of independent living benefit. It's basically an ADL. If you need substantial assistance with ADLs, this policy will pay out the benefit as well, and that benefit stays on for life, whereas the rest of the covered conditions go away at age 70. GTL, Guaranteed Trust Life. They actually have two different product offerings in the marketplace for critical illness. The one that gets the most play is the one that we've been in front of you with a lot, is their critical care offering. It's kind of a hybrid between a traditional long-term care and a traditional critical illness product because it pays out a monthly benefit versus lump sum, and it pays it out over time. And if you recall, it also pays an accelerated benefit if your diagnosis confines you to a long-term care facility. An example would be if you bought a $2,000 base benefit, and were confined to an assisted living, it would pay you $3,000. And it also would pay you $4,000 a month if you were confined to a nursing home. GTL developed this product in conjunction with us about 4 years ago as a potential landing spot for people who would not normally qualify for a traditional long-term care product. And it's done quite well for us in that arena as a potential place to take someone who doesn't qualify for long-term care, traditional, but it does give them a feel and flavor for long-term care. And also similar to long-term care, with the GTL product, you establish a maximum lifetime benefit, so you can claim multiple times into the policy until that pool of money is gone. The rule is you just have to have a 12-month gap between each claim. So if you claim for a stroke and you have a 24-month period, and you get diagnosed with cancer a year and a half later, then you can claim into it again, as long as there's a 12-month gap in between claims. An example would be that we've used in the past is Vice President Dick Cheney. While he was in office, he suffered 5 different heart attacks, and of those 5 heart attacks, 4 would have been covered by this policy had he had this policy in force, as an example. GTL also offers a lump sum product called CHS, or Cancer, Heart Attack, Stroke. It is just that. you buy a face amount, and it's the same simplified issue as the critical care product itself. And if you get diagnosed with an invasive cancer or heart attack or stroke, it'll pay out the lump sum benefit. The unique thing with GTL is that their issue ages are higher. Most traditional critical illness products cut off at age 64, or their benefits cut in half at age 64, whereas with GTL, they have issue ages clear up to age 84. And we've had quite a few 80-year-old pluses approved for this policy, and the benefits are for life. Mutual of Omaha is also a player in this arena. Their underwriting does vary based upon the face amount you're applying for. With face amounts of as little as $10,000 up to a maximum of $250,000, there's no waiting period with Mutual of Omaha. And it's guaranteed renewable for life, but the benefits reduced by half at age 65. So you do maintain some level of benefit after age 65. One of the unique niches for Mutual with us is that they're the only product that we have approved and available for New York in the area of critical illness. So for all these products I've been discussing this morning are individual products. We do have a group product available to you as well. Keep in mind, though, that with GTL, with both their critical care and their cancer, heart attack, stroke, they can and will have the ability to set up a list bill for you if you have at least 4 employees of a company that are applying for coverage at the same time. They can do a list bill with a payroll deduction. But we have another offering with a company called Transamerica. They have a true group critical illness offering that is a guarantee issue. Their product offerings vary a little bit state by state, so you'll need to work with us closely on those opportunities, though you will go down to a group size of 5 people. Again, it's guarantee issue, but you're talking pretty low face amounts, like $5, $10, $15, $20,000. That's a GI product. So that could also be a valuable tool to keep in your quiver as well. So again, overall, with critical illness, we view it as gap coverage. It does have a need. It's been a huge, the marketplace for critical illness has been huge in countries where there's socialized medicine happening today, like the UK and Canada, because in those countries, when you do get a major diagnosis, you are put into the queue, they say, to see a specialist, and it could be quite a while or quite a wait to get in to see an oncologist, for example, up in Canada. So the Canadians buy this coverage, and they actually, the term is they skip the queue and head south. They actually will jump out of the queue and come down to the U.S. for treatment and use their critical illness policy to pay for that treatment and then go back home. We are seeing an uptick in activity with critical illness here in the U.S., especially with healthcare reform, both individual and group, with seeing higher deductibles and higher out-of-pockets. This is yet another way to take some of the stress out of the financial strain that a diagnosis with a critical illness could have an impact on an individual or their family as well. As I mentioned, we have other niche products, critical illness products available in conjunction with add-ons. For example, American General has a nice little guarantee issue personal accident plan to which you can add a critical illness rider with minimal underwriting as well. So keep that in mind. We do believe that this is a viable marketplace. It's virtually untapped in the U.S. With significant uptick and tremendous opportunity for you out in the field to earn more money and to add more value to your existing clients by doing these load type sales. Critical illness policies are great add-on sale to people that you've already currently sold not only a Medicare supplement to perhaps, but even a long-term care policy. It just gives that added income. These benefits do pay out regardless of other benefits that are being paid to the policyholders, so there's no coordination of benefits with health insurance and such. This is just pure cash. that, again, would help just reduce or minimize or significantly reduce the stress put on a family or an individual when they get diagnosed with a cancer, heart attack, or stroke. And those are the three main areas. Some policies cover other conditions up to and including Alzheimer's as well. So what I'm going to do now for everybody, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a couple of seconds here to go through and unmute people so that if there are questions, I'd be able to field those for you in just a second here. Again, if you haven't already done so, if you're on the conference call and the webinar, on the toolbar on the right-hand side of your screen is an audio pin. And if you have not entered that audio pin, there's no way I can unmute you if you wish to ask a question of me this morning.
Go look at one.
I would ask if you do have me on a speakerphone, if you don't have a question, to please mute your speakerphone. Otherwise, it just kind of takes over the entire meeting. Again, I am opening up for questions, so if anybody has a question as of right now, please speak up, and I'll do my best to answer it for you.
I thought you were to ask him something. Do you have any questions for him?
Can we just go to your website to get rates on this?
Yes, a lot of the product material is available on our website, or you can call us. Some of the simpler products, like the GTL, have a very simple rate book. They do have illustration software available for their product as well, which you can download from our website or GTL's website direct if you're appointed with them. Otherwise, a lot of the software is available for download, and if you can't find it, give us a call and we'll walk you through it, or we can send you a CD of that software as well.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, thank you, sir. I wasn't sure. The GTL product, as well as the Medico companies, can you tell us what they're currently rated? And is Assurity the only company that offers a return of premium option?
No, the return of premium benefit is built into the American General as well.
Okay.
Along with the Assurity. The current financial rating of GTL is B+. The same holds true for Medico with a positive outlook.
Okay.
And
you're saying GTL, which was B+ rated, they would put them in mainly as a monthly. You said it's something about it being a hybrid of a LTC versus a lump sum payout.
Correct. Mutual, Assurity, American General, Medico, they're all lump sum products. So you initiate a claim, they just write you a big check. Some of them are one and done. For example, a Mutual of Omaha critical illness, you claim once and the policy is dead. With the Assurity, you can claim into 3 different categories of benefits. You can claim up to 3 times with Assurity, as an example. And there are a couple of categories you can claim into with American General. The unique part about GTL with the critical care, it doesn't pay out lump sum. It pays out a monthly benefit, minimum $500, maximum of $3,000, over a period of time, and you select a benefit period of 6, 12, 18, or 24 months. And then, but if you're confined to a long-term care facility, it pays an accelerated benefit. It pays 50% higher for assisted living, and it pays double for nursing home. So
with no additional cost?
Correct. It's all built into the rate. And similar to long-term care as well, with the GTL critical care, you establish a maximum lifetime benefit. An example would be if you maxed out the benefit at $3,000 a month for a 24-month policy, your maximum lifetime benefit for that policy is $428,000. So you can keep claiming into it until the pool of money is gone. The only rule is you have to have at least a 12-month gap in between the end of one claim and the beginning of another.
Outstanding. Now, has GTL ever looked at possibly getting a return of premium option? Because that would be an outstanding. I think that would make them pretty much unique.
GTL does offer return of premium as a rider, and their return of premium is pretty inexpensive. It's anywhere from a 10% add to a 25% add to the premium, but it goes away at age 80. So you have to die prior to age 80 to collect on that particular benefit.
Oh, wait a minute, so you can't cancel the policy and get your money back, but you have to die, and so the family, they treat that return of premium as a death benefit?
That is correct.
Okay, so in other words,
upon death.
I see. So theirs is death, but the other, what about the other two then? Are they death-driven, or can you just simply cash out and get your premiums back?
You can cash out and get your premiums back minus any claims they may have paid out. With Assurity and American General. With GTL, death is a trigger of the return of premium. And with GTL, with a critical care, say for example you had a stroke and you had a 24-month benefit. I'm going to give you two different scenarios here for that happening. And you pass away after 3 months of being on claim, they're going to take the unused benefit and lump sum that to your named beneficiary for the remainder of that particular claim, above and beyond if you had a return of premium rider on the policy itself. On the same token, if you had a 24-month policy and you had a stroke and you recovered after 6 months and were back to work, the company's still going to make 18 more payments to you. So it's not outcome-based, it's only diagnosis-driven.
Outstanding. And are these products available in California?
GTL, no. Assurity, yes. American General, yes. Medico, no. Mutual of Omaha, yes. We're seeing a lot of activity in California on the Assurity product. In fact, we were just down there a week and a half ago in Southern California doing a seminar series on the Assurity and the Transamerica group offering.
Outstanding, outstanding. Thanks for your patience, sir.
You're welcome. Are there any other questions out there I could field?
Where do we get this information?
Where can you get this information? By simply giving me a call after the webinar, and I'd be happy to get material down to you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Again, my name is Dave Whalen. The number here is toll-free 800-672-7202. And again, our website is www.whyAIM.com.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, could you give the website again?
Sure. It's www. Here, I'll just do it one step better for you. Hang on a second.
Oh, YA.com, okay. And are you going to offer this webinar to review at a later time? Is it going to be an offering to listen to again?
Yes, I did record it. So you're being recorded right now as we speak as well. And once I end the webinar, it archives off and it'll be available for viewing. The way you get to it, if you'd like me to show you as an example. You go to our website. No need to log in. Go to News and Events. And I'm going to go back in time here. Actually, I'll stay in April. Here we go. April 1st, we did a webinar on how would you like to do your job working strictly from home. And rather than having a prompt here to register for the webinar, there'll be a prompt here to click here to watch the recorded webinar, and it takes you out to the YouTube version of the webinar that was recorded.
Oh, wonderful.
So you can search back in the archives, going all the way back to last year, for example, by just scrolling down and clicking on any of the topics of interest. The only key you'll need to remember is about what the time frame was, which month we may have done that particular one. We do repeats all the time. Like I'll be doing this one again at the end of May as a review as well. But we do pick up unique products along the way. We try to keep long-term care out there in front of you pretty constantly, including Link benefits. We did one with Lincoln on their Lincoln MoneyGuard, on their MoneyGuard product, Lincoln Financial. I'm doing one next Tuesday on Gillico's linked annuity as well. So we try to keep you pretty current, and we do these on the average of every Tuesday and every Friday of every week.
Has there ever been an algorithm written for long-term care? You know what I'm asking?
Not quite.
Okay, it's when, it's kind of like what if